What is the best city in Skyrim? What is the worst city in Skyrim? Why am I wearing a high-vis jacket? Well, today I'm going to answer all three of those questions as I am Skyrim's official city inspector. I'm going to be traveling to the 9 major cities in the game, and each city I'm going to give a rating based on this extremely professional checklist. Exploring each city, I will be able to establish once and for all which is the best and which is the worst in the game. What are my qualifications for this? None. Absolutely none. I have literally only just played the game for the first time ever. So sit back, relax, let me tell you a story about Skyrim's cities. So today, I am Skyrim's Chief City Inspector, hence the high vis. The plan today is to go through the 9 major cities of Skyrim. And we're going to be going to each one and we're going to be rating them based on certain characteristics. What I've done is I've created a little something. I have created a checklist of the 9 different cities that we're going to be visiting, which include Windhelm, Whiterun, Solitude, Riften, Markarth, Falkreath, Dawnstar, Morthal, and Winterhold. And these are the 5 characteristics that I'm going to be judging every city on. We're going to go to each city and we're just going to spend a shit ton of time with it, and we're going to explore every nook and cranny. The things I'll be voting on will be aesthetics. How does it look? We've then got the vibes or the atmosphere. How does it make me feel? All right, maybe the most important one. We've got the locals. Are they knobheads or are they super friendly and helpful? Is it safe? Do I feel like I'm going to die every time I walk in there, or do I feel secure? And then we're going to be judging the name of a place, because the name of a place is very, very important. Obviously, we could do that now, but I think it's important that we rate the name once we understand a little bit more of the cities, you know? Now, in my grand 3 times playing the game so far, I have already been to some of the cities, but I will be judging all of these cities today unbiased, professionally, and purely objectively. And it makes sense to start with our first city, Whiterun, considering I live there. I have to say though, aesthetics is going to have to be pretty high, because I don't think, in fact it might even be one of my favorite view in the game is the one looking out on this west side. Let's go in. I'm gonna have a good look, maybe see if we can see something. All right, but aesthetics, I already think I'm gonna rate this pretty high. Let's go inside and have a look, but outside, immaculate vibes. We already know that though. Whiterun, I think, is a city that all Skyrim players become familiar with, given its presence in the early storyline. And I think because of this, Whiterun is often viewed through a lens of nostalgia. But there is no denying its beauty. The monument of Dragon's Reach separates the horizon from the beautiful plains and far distant mountains. The streets are soft and winding, the houses strong and cozy. It does have its own little Viking museum in here as well. We were here last time I played with the companions. Oh! 5-star aesthetics. No question. Let's not even kid ourselves. The problem is that all the locals like simp for me a little bit because I'm the Jarl. So that could bias my opinion, but I think the locals are pretty good. Let's go and have an explore around here. I want to explore every nook and cranny. Oh! What? Requires a key.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstar. The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
I love museums. What are the chances of that as well, by the way? What are the chances? I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking about the vibes. Okay, when you rate something on vibes, it's something's aura, it's something's atmosphere. It's an amalgamation, an augmentation of multiple different characteristics coming together to give the vibe of something. So it's not just how the place looks that can influence the vibe. It is the, well, if there's a skeleton underneath a bridge, I think that brings the vibe down. Unless you're a goth, in which case it would bring the vibe up. But I'm not a goth. I'm not a goth. Okay, so minus the skeleton, the vibes were pretty good. Aesthetics immaculate. But what about the locals?
While you have ascended from the dung of mortality, and now I breathe now in royalty.
Yeah, Loki,
love
he's a little annoying.
Are you married? You look the type. Make sure you treat your wife with the respect she deserves.
Rule the realm.
Excuse me? I don't think she's getting any action at home. She is cranky.
Welcome to our home.
Mother, what's the
Valia.
meaning of this? Who have you brought into our home?
Averstein, put that down.
I've just been verbally assaulted by a woman, and then nearly had my head chopped off
It might suit you.
by a guy with an axe. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think the locals are particularly nice here. Okay. The vibes, honestly, I was gonna give it a 5 because it is incredibly atmospheric with the way that you get like the moon that comes over sometimes and the views of the Dragon Reach and the Skyforge. But that mysterious skeleton underneath the bridge. How about I go 4.5? Now for the locals, I'm trying to be unbiased here. I know that my wife used to live there and I do have a daughter here. The preacher man pissed me off and I nearly got my head chopped off with an axe. And then somebody said that they don't think that I mistreat my wife. Honestly, I think the locals are a bit of a knob. I'm going for a 2. Is it safe? It's completely surrounded. Let's not talk about the nearly getting killed by an axe man. But you've got Dragon's Reach as well. I think it's very safe. I think it's very safe. I don't feel like I've seen any thieves around. No monsters. Nothing creepy. There's 0 things creepy here. I'm going for a 5. 100% a 5. There we go. And the name, Whiterun. I want to ask you a question real quick. Have you noticed something? Or have you noticed perhaps the lack of something? Why the fuck is this called Whiterun when there isn't a single bit of white? There's no white here at all. It's more grey. So a strong start for Whiterun, albeit with a weak name, and the locals are a bit of a grump. But now we must turn our attention to Falkreath. I had dipped my toes into here once before, and from what I remember, it's a quaint city. Tranquil, safe. Never mind. Oh! We're under attack! Bollocks! Soldiers form rank. Circle round me. I can't sit idly by. I might have a full-time job as a city inspector, but I'm at least a part-time dragonborn. Darbo, go. Get it down. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Oh. Good view from up here though, isn't it? That looks interesting. Is that a well? Well, I'm kind of glad because now look at us. We can get a really good view of Falkreath. So off the rip, safety. This is shocking. It looks cozy. Doesn't look like there's too much danger lurking in here, but I think the fact that it's not on a hill, it has no kind of perimeter around it much at all. And we nearly got attacked by a dragon. Is that a thistle? It is! Oh, and another cow. Are you a lady cow? You are a lady cow.
Try not to judge Falkreath too harshly, visitor. The war has been hard on us.
I'm very unbiased, lady. Hello.
Falkreath was once full of wanderers and warriors like yourself. Those were better days.
It does look pretty run down, but also cozy.
Sure bones. Handsome man in Falkreath.
Locals calling me handsome? Well, lady, you may have drastically improved the locals rating of Falkreath. Now, the instantaneous dragon attacks may have doomed the safety rating, but the town itself was rather cozy. Thatch-roofed houses surrounded by nature. I couldn't help but feel this was a city for honest folk.
I'm a Jarl. I eat the most succulent meat, drink the finest ale. Meanwhile, my very capable steward sees to the needs of the small folk and ensures that my hold runs smoothly. You should try it sometime.
What a knobhead. Are you having a giggle? Listen, I don't care that I got called handsome. That's despicable. And he does count as a local. 2. He's a corrupt king. Or he's not a king. Hello. Imperial. Dragon attacks. corrupt jarls, and they can't look after their dead. Seriously, there were weeds and mushrooms growing all over the local cemetery, and this lack of respect was definitely a vibe killer. Wanting to withhold final judgment in order to give Falkreath a chance for redemption, I headed to the inn. And then I met this prick called Sam.
You look like someone who can hold their liquor. How about a friendly contest to win a staff? Drinks
A drinking
laughs
contest.
and a contest. What could be better?
Yes. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
We'll see about that. This is a special brew. Very strong stuff. Let's get started. Down the hatch.
Hey, what
Of kings. On the day of your death, we will drink and we'll
Your turn.
How do I trust what you've got? Alright,
One down, my friend.
flagon
One
for
down.
flagon.
And another one for me.
Now, I'm not one for putting things in my mouth and I don't know where they have been, but who am I to turn down a free beer from a local? Sam tapped out at 3 drinks, meaning that I had won the drinking contest and got a whole lot more than I bargained for.
Hey, you don't look so good.
I'm fine.
Wake up. That's right. It's time to wake up, you drunken blasphemer.
What?
I see. So, you don't remember fondling the statuary then? I'm guessing you also don't remember coming in here and blathering incoherently about marriage or a goat.
I did not marry a goat, and I absolutely did not fondle a statue. This was gaslighting of the highest order. This woman also accused me of making a mess in the temple, and apparently I wasn't allowed to leave until I cleaned it up, which of course I didn't. I tried to escape from this chamber by frantically unlocking a door until some guards arrived, and I had no choice but to resort to violence. I'd rather die than go to prison. I will not be gaslit, locked in a room, told to tidy up, and then when I'm trying to escape, you come and try and arrest me. Senna, you better sit down. Sit down. No, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button. Oh, I was meant to kill him. I'd have misclicked. I am an official city inspector who's just been arrested while trying to carry out an objective assessment on Falkreath. I can tell you categorically that this is not going to look well in the report. Did I fail to mention that the worst city I'm going to burn down? Most jails allow you to serve your time by sleeping in your... But I'm fucking breaking out here. I'm not serving any time.
The new meat. So soft, tender.
I've never been arrested. I've never been to prison before. But I know for a fact, if your name and the adjective tender appears in the same sentence, you have to stand your ground. Ah! Oh. This jail was inescapable, so I had to serve my time. An inconvenient obstacle in my task of rating all of the cities, but my frustration was soon kicked out of the door and replaced with confusion, as when I exited the jail, I was in Markarth. I'm in Markarth. What? I am so confused. How do I get out of here? Oh God, let me out. Let me out.
Pendant would look lovely on my
Oh!
Huh?
Victory is...
You've stuck on us long enough! I bleed!
Hold the, I'm over. I was meant to do Falkreath, not Markarth. I'm giving that a preemptive 0. What just happened? I was in a drinking competition and somehow ended up with me going to prison, serving time, and then witnessing a murder. Mushrooms and weeds growing on top of their dead loved ones, dragons circling above, gaslit into a prison, And I've changed my mind about the aesthetics. It looks like shit and everybody is miserable. You know what it should be? Falkreath, because I've never had a more stinking attitude from anybody anywhere. It's fair to say that I didn't have the best time in Falkreath. I'd been mistreated and I was in need of a pick-me-up. And I got one. I don't even need to go into this. Oh my god. This is beautiful. I mean, I don't think it gets more beautiful than this. Mate, the way that the sun just comes off the hills and the waterfalls running down. This would make sense to be like Whiterun, because you got frothing water from the waterfalls running down through the city, you know? The architecture for me is quite juxtaposed to like the land of natural beauty. This is the most like synthetic and man-made structures I've seen, I think. They're almost steampunk-esque. They it's like something you'll find in Baldur's Gate with the gnomes or something, or World of Warcraft by the Iron Forge, you know? Oh, there is a dog though. What do you want?
Why is everyone so upset? There's force.
Our next city was, of course, Markarth, and it's hard to deny that it might just be the most beautiful city of them all. What Whiterun had in coziness, Markarth seemed to have in grandeur. The good news is that when I entered the city, there was no more assassinations and nothing weird happened at all, which is a load of bollocks. I approached a guy outside of a house who said the house was abandoned and he wanted to investigate. He was looking for somebody to guard him in case there was any wrongdoings inside, and I thought to myself that seeing inside a house would give me a good grasp on Markarth as a city and it could influence my ratings. I go inside and lo and behold, the place is possessed with some sort of demon.
Weak. He's weak.
The demon then convinces the man to attack me, which of course didn't go particularly well for him, as I am a part-time dragonborn after all. Anyway, I then get tricked into being trapped at an altar, and the demon gave me a quest, but I'm not here for quests, I'm here to inspect. The magnificence of the city, however, appeared to be compensating for some rather rude residents. This lady at a bank had definitely got up on the wrong side of bed this morning.
The Treasury House is really just for patrons of the Silverblood family. You don't belong here.
I did manage to get my revenge though, by looting the bank safe right under her own nose. I was falsely arrested thanks to the Markarth, whatever the name of this place is, guards. This isn't stealing, it's compensation. How's that for your patrons? We only serve the patrons. You and your cleavage can fuck off. Leaving! I also discovered that underneath the city itself lay a colossal chamber. It was largely derelict and ruined, but it mirrored the grandeur of the city on the surface with its rising pillars and huge chambers. I didn't want to investigate too much, remember, I'm here for duty, not for quests. But let me know in the comments down below if you would like another Skyrim quest video. There were some more suspicious skeletons which I discovered at the bottom of a waterfall, which, while hidden, were difficult to forget once discovered. All in all though, Markarth was a very strong city across the board. Okay, I think I've seen enough for a rating. Honestly, I think my original rating is 0 for safe. Like, see if you were being attacked by somebody who's outside the city and you could get in, then it's safe. But being in the city, somebody got assassinated. There's temples everywhere, sheer drops. And I was imprisoned here falsely. I don't think this place is safe at all. Aesthetics, there is no question in my mind that it gets a 5. The vibes of the place, so looking out from the perimeter and the walk up to the city, and when you're in the city, it looks fantastic. But when you go in the inn and when you go into the houses, it feels like the people there are used to the grandeur. There's not a huge amount of life here. There's no part of the city where everybody kind of is, and even in the inn's a little bit dead. So whilst I think the place is incredibly aesthetic and it looks stunning, I just don't think the vibes are there. It doesn't have that local kind of taverny feel. There's nobody singing and dancing. I'm going to give it a 3. Now, the locals, well, I was falsely imprisoned. Someone got killed. At the treasury, they said they wouldn't serve me because I wasn't a patron. I don't think they're brilliant here. Maybe think the people in Skyrim just in general aren't very nice. They're not horrendous. They're not, I'll go 2.5. Slap it down the middle. And Markarth, Is the name, do I think that it's like aptly named? Do I like the name? I kind of do. It sounds kind of fantastical. I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3. Why not? The next city on my list was one that I had visited before. A city in which I partook in one of my favourite quests, infiltrating the Thalma embassy during a party.
Word is Elenwen's furious. Big party at the Thalmor embassy. And one of the guests went someplace they shouldn't. Caused quite a commotion.
I had been on its doorstep, but I'd never dived into the deep of the city. I am, of course, talking about Solitude. So yeah, the last time that we were here, we went in, somebody got executed, I accidentally trespassed during the execution, and then all hell broke loose and I ran away. Hopefully they're forgotten. Alright, good, I'm not being arrested.
You got nothing better to do than
Whoa!
old man?
Get out of my face, mother of jump scares. There's a cheese wedge down there. Now this inn, I do like. The Winking Skeever. This is where I spent most of my time when I was last here in Solitude, and it might just be my favourite inn. Sure, the name is absolutely spectacular, but the inn itself was always bustling, usually filled with the whistle of a flute or the strum of a ukulele. Solitude was surrounded by huge great walls. I couldn't help but feel like Solitude is what a medieval city would feel like. The presence of numerous soldiers perhaps bolstered this medieval vibe, but similarly to Markarth, not everybody was as pleasant as the views.
Oh, what delight. Another charming customer.
Are you having a bad day, darling? Are you following me around? She doesn't trust me. She's racist. This is because I'm a Nord, isn't it? Leave me alone. I don't like you one bit. She has 100% brought the local ratings down. Let's try not get in any trouble and see. Oh, this is look at the bunting. This is like medieval as shit, man. Solitude had a bustling market, bunting and barracks, the latter explaining the heavy presence of soldiers in the city. While seeing the borderline castle in the city wasn't a surprise, there was something that was a surprise. As I found a street within the city, appearing to be a residential district, I met a man. A man who had most definitely lost his marbles. He said that in a palace at the end of the street was a forbidden wing in which his master was lost. He then proceeded to hand me a hip bone. Don't ask me anything about this because I don't have the foggiest why I needed a hip bone. Now, a palace would be a good place to visit. It might be vibey, and I felt like it was my duty as a city inspector to explore it, and I might as well try and find this man's master while I'm at it. Regardless of understanding, I headed to the palace and discovered the forbidden wing. Upon entering, something happened. I don't have the words to describe the something that occurred, so I will just show you. And don't worry about it making sense, because, well, it doesn't make any.
Oh, I couldn't. Goes right through me. Besides, I have so many things to do. So many undesirables to contend with.
Right, here's the thing. I could play out the entirety of this conversation so you, as my dear viewer, can understand what's going on. But you won't. I alternatively could succinctly summarize through exquisite narration what's going on, but I can't, because I just don't understand. But I will try and give you the gist of what I think is happening. I'm in some sort of alternative dimension or dreamland, and this guy Shio Garath was a jester joker who spoke in riddles. He said I could go home if I did some trials, and he gave me a stick. A stick called a wabberjack. Use the wabberjack. Oh! Yeah! Oh.
That woman wielded fear like a cleaver.
I'm just meant to be right in the cities, man. Oh, bollocks, there's a dog. A goat. Oh! Seriously, what the living shit is going on? Oh, it's a hag. Sultry maiden. Don't look, kid. Save your innocence for a little while longer. Oh, flame thingy. What the shit is that?
Now, that's something to throw about.
Oh, no, I can't get in.
Oh, I thought you'd never figure it out.
Oh, I hit the guy. I did it. I did it. I did it. Am I supposed to fight him?
But his confidence will shrink with every hit.
Oh, I don't know where he went. Oh, there you go. Wait, am I really small? Oh, self-doubt. What? Wait, what about him? Make them smaller.
Aegis is finally ready to go. Huh?
Did I do it? I'm very, very, very confused right now. I've done it. I fixed his mind. I genuinely feel so weird and uneasy. Oh yeah, the fact they have an execution thing. Right, okay. I think it's time to rate Solitude. You know what? This is the toughest one because I feel quite conflicted. Right, so in terms of aesthetics, you got the harbour outside, which is absolutely beautiful. The city itself is pretty. I think it's very pretty. I don't think it's as spectacular, though, as the walk up to Markarth or when you're on the edge of Whiterun looking over to the plains, but I still think it's very pretty. So I'm going to go for a 4. Vibes, Winkin Skeever, my favourite inn so far that I've been to. I like the little like market thing that they've got as well, and it does seem to have a little bit of a hustle and bustle about it. It has the Bard's College. There's a lot going on there, but I feel really freaked out from whatever the fuck that quest was. So I'm probably going to deduct a point for that because I don't know how I feel anymore, but I'd probably say a 4. I think a 4 is quite fair. The locals, this is maybe one of the harder ones. Some of the people in the Winkin Skeever were nice. The homeless man hoodwinked me into losing my mind, and then whoever the fuck it was I was actually speaking to in there. I don't necessarily think that, but I don't think we've been offended like we have been with some of the other ones. So I'm going to go for a 3.5 for that one. Is it safe? Kids were running around. It's well enclosed. I've not seen anybody murdered or assassinated. I've not been accidentally arrested, but I did lose my mind. Honestly, I think it would have been a 5 if I hadn't have just lost my mind. But anybody could have fallen. Solitude, I do like the name because Solitude is like reference to something strong, safe, protected, isolated even. And I feel like once you're in Solitude, you kind of say, I think it's a good name for a city. I think it's a strong name for a city. I'm probably going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4. Christ, we've got some high scores there, actually. My time in Solitude had come to an end, and it was a pleasant one, if I didn't think about the whole Dreamland thing too much. It was now time to turn my attention to Morthal. This was a city in the Midlands of Skyrim that I had yet to visit. I've never been around here before, though. It's very desolate and cold. But it's also not like really cold because you've got all of the plants like here. It's like half and half. It seems undecided. It reminds me of Falkreath looking at this. But I will not let that cloud my judgment. And we are going into this with an open mind. Are you having a giggle? Well, there goes the safety rating. Get inside. Get inside. Oh, he's on the house. He's on the house. Get down. Mate, why are they all blood dragons? He ain't spitting blood. He's spitting ice. Oh. Boots on, get your boots on the ground. Keep peppering, boys. Keep peppering. Keep peppering. Yes, it's got nosebleed. It's got nosebleed. Make it fall. Why does that not make it fall? No, 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 no. You don't run away. You don't run away from the Dragonborn. It actually ran away. It actually ran away. Well, so much for a quiet city in the middle of nowhere. This dragon had all but secured the safety rating of Morthal. The contrast from the high walls of Solitude to the vulnerable plains of Morthal was stark and striking, and it didn't improve. There are crabs attacking children! What? Oh, it's not a child. No, it was a child! Dragons, crabs attacking children. I've seen everything that I need to see. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Fallion. I thought those were those tubes that the eggs go in ladies' nether regions. I didn't know it was a name as well.
I'm the best warrior in Morthal, and that's no boast.
Who just took the dragons down? What?
Until next time.
What?
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the
Right. Aesthetics. Honestly, a bit depressing. Poverty. I feel like if Skyrim had a global economy, this would be a third world country. Let's check the inn. Moorside Inn. But he's going to be dead. Listen, I'm trying to find a redeeming quality of this place. Let me look around a little while longer and we'll find a redeeming quality.
So, life has brought you to Morthal. What purpose this serves, we will no doubt
Crabs
see.
on the wall.
Welcome.
I really don't like this place. I mean, having the stream is nice. The nice here, like a little. I mean, it's more of a lake than a stream. We've got a blacksmith, some death bell growing, a house. Oh, I'm a bit disappointed. I was expecting quite a grand city with its name. What's this over here? And it's a broken down house. I'm sorry. It's a broken down house. In the middle of it, it's broken down. This place is a shithole. Aesthetics is a 1. It's not a nice looking place at all. You know what? And I'm actually going to retrospectively change Falkreath to 2 because Morthal's depressed me so much that it's actually made me realize that maybe Falkreath wasn't that bad. Falkreath goes to a 2, Morthal goes to 1. Vibes, this place has absolute... actually, no, I lie. The Bard saved it. It gave it a point. The locals, I've barely feckin' spoken to them. You know what? I feel sorry for them, though. I feel sorry for them that they have to live in this shithole and get chased by crabs. So I'm going to give them a 2. Safe. We don't need to speak about that. And Morthal, more like more distance between me and the city, the better. I just don't like the name. I was very glad to be leaving Morthal behind and hoped that my next destination of Dawnstar would improve my mood. Dawnstar for me, this has to be save the game. This has to be special. Dawnstar. What I expect a city filled with lights. Dawnstar. If it was called like Dawntown, then I would expect the you know, dawn, because it's maybe on the edge. Up here, it's got great views of like a sunrise or a sunset. Sunrise if it's dawn. But because it's called Dawnstar, I feel like it should be extra bright with lights. I'm thinking a big city. I've never been here before. I'm thinking a big city with lots of lights and very grand. Like what the Parliament is to the Brits or the White House is to the America. It's full of pretentious knobs. You don't call a city Dawnstar unless you think it's magnificent. Who looks at this place and thinks that it should be called Dawnstar? I'm presuming it's something to do with that beacon there. Let's just put some feelers out here. Aesthetics, you are coastal. I will give it that much. You're coastal. If I gave Windhelm points because, you know, with my back to the city, it looks fantastic. We have to do the same here. Maybe the locals are really nice. Hey, Carl.
Can't sleep well no matter how much drink I put in me.
Hold on, I'll buy you some. Oh, yeah, I do. There you go. Carl, a thank you would be nice. A thank you. Wind Peak Inn.
It's a curse. It has to be. I've got to get out of this town.
Everyone, please. I'm doing what I can to end these nightmares.
So the inn is it looks the same as everywhere else, to be honest. A lot of the other inns. Now that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Inns, pubs and inns. Listen, as a Brit, it's difficult to put across what a good pub is like. If you walk into a pub, right, and it is beautifully lit, all of the tables are spaced apart nice and evenly. They have a huge array of like drinks and stuff in the back behind the bar. If you walk into a pub like that, you know it's going to be shit. You want to walk into a pub that as soon as you open the door, everybody turns around to look at you. Your shoes should be sticking to the floor. Every table you go onto is wonky and sticky on the surface. You're battering in at elbows with everybody. It's always too hot. They only have about 3 drinks. Those are the best pubs. The ones that look the worst. So I don't want to judge something on the basis of like the inn looking shit. Having said that, it's the people in it that make it, and there's nobody fecking in it, nobody's singing.
What troubles you, my son?
Desperately trying to give Dawnstar a chance, I remembered the museum that the courier mentioned to us in Whiterun, and it was shit.
Where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot.
Mate, your bed is in the museum. I don't want to be looking at artifacts and knowing that this is where you fiddle with your whittle. I can't take it. I can't take it. Why the fuck is it pointing behind a lockpick if I can't take it? Oh, bollocks. Yeah, I don't like this place. You know what? Actually, there's one place that we absolutely need to... Wait, let's check the boat. We're being objective here. We're being professional. Maybe the boat's good fun.
Everyone thinks I'm too young to be a ship's captain.
All right, that was fun. I can't believe this place is called Dawnstar. Oh, mate, this just reminds me of Habda. You have the firewood for said beacon. You have no way to get up to the beacon to put the firewood in or clean the fire out. Architecturally, this makes no sense. This place makes no sense. The fact it's called Dawnstar makes no sense. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Dawnstar is so bland that it doesn't deserve a superlative. I can't put it as a 1 or a 0 because it's not superlative. It isn't interesting enough to be extremely bad at anything or extremely good at everything. It is grey, it is dull, it is depressing. Therefore, it's getting a 2 for aesthetics. It's getting 2 for vibes, 2 for locals, 2 for safe. The name Dawnstar in and of itself is extremely cool. It's completely unwarranted for a place like this though. More like Yawnstar. Am I right? Right, I'm not one for wasting your time, so let me talk about Winterhold. Horrible, cold, half derelict, and very depressing. You know, Skyrim is a beautiful game, but I think it's the mountains that make it, not some of these settlements. Now, Winterhold did have a very big and extravagant building, which turned out to be a college. It was a beautiful building, there was no denying it, but I couldn't help but feel a bit depressed. It was like a goth's boarding school. If you like eyeliner and clown shoes, then you might like it, but I didn't. Doesn't mean it wasn't aesthetic, but the vibes were certainly off. The grandeur of the college perhaps leveled out the absolute state of Winterhold itself. Now, if there is one thing that it does have going for it, it's safety. Why was it so safe? Well, absolutely nobody in the right mind would go here, and if somebody did to cause trouble, there was a college filled of witches and wizards. Overall depressing, but secure. Now, let me talk about Windhelm. Windhelm is a city that I've spent some time in before. A towering city set in a brutal landscape, the walls as thick as the snow that falls. Despite this though, the inn was one of the better ones that I had come across. Sure, it was no winking skeever, but it was certainly up there. The city isn't pretty, but it is awesome. It's kind of like Hagrid. It might not win any beauty contests, but it's the first person you would run to if you had any problems. And speaking of problems...
Hold it there. Keep your distance.
A few septims for my supper.
Oh no. I had such high hopes. What happened here?
Another girl killed. This is Susanna, from Candlehearth Hall. Served me a drink just a few nights ago, but I can't say I knew her.
ask only for a little charity.
Not that, Susanna.
All hail to Ulfric!
You didn't hear it
You
from me,
are the
but if you
High
want a real
King.
drink...
No. Not baddie from the bar.
Susanna's the third. It's always the same.
You spare a few
Young
coins
girl
to
killed at night.
The baddie from the bar was now the gallows of the grave. Turns out that she'd been killed by a serial killer, but the serial killer had yet to be caught. After checking that the body was definitely hers, I decided I would help out, as it meant I would be able to see more of the city as well. Following bloodstains to a house, we entered, finding it all but abandoned, aside from a bloody chest containing a journal from the killer and other evidence pointing towards a fella called Winterhold. We alerted the authorities and seemingly solved the case of the murder of Susanna. Whilst the world had been robbed of a spectacular cleavage, at least we had now apprehended the guilty. So, Windhelm, let's have a look here. Aesthetics, they're not majestic, but they are awesome. I don't think they're quite up there though with Markarth or Windhelm. I'm probably going to put it on the same level as Solitude. In terms of the vibes, oh, this is a difficult one. I really liked the inn, though I liked it more when Susanna was there. But it is, I'm going to throw a 4 here. The inn was good. Palace has a shit ton of vibes. And the market, the little bustling market, I think, yeah. Locals, one of them was a serial killer. A lot of Nords here, though. No, I'm unbiased, remember. I'm purely objective. Genuinely, I think the locals here are nicer than most. Susanna was a local. She was lovely. In the inn, everybody's talking. Yeah, I'm going to throw them a 4. I think the friendliest people are here. Safe. Now, if I'd have answered this before I found her body. Big, strong, tall walls. Probably safe from dragon attacks. Nobody can get in. But the serial killer's in. I think I have to throw a 3 here. Now Windhelm. What does helm mean? Because it ain't very windy here because of the tall walls, so this doesn't make sense to me unless a helm is a protection for something. But honestly, it pisses me off that 3 of the biggest cities are called W. Windhelm. Windhelm, and it ain't windy. I'm giving it a 2.5. It could be something way cooler, like Long Wall. 8 down, 1 to go. It is time to turn my attention to our final destination, Riften. And boy, what a change of scenery. Riften lay in the far southeasterly regions of Skyrim, away from the snowy hills and the frosty plains. Having never been to Riften in my life, I was excited to see what it had to offer. Oh. Oh, I've never been here. Look at this. Oh, this is beautiful. This is so different from where we've been. So very different. Mountains in the background, a beautiful lake. You can hear birds, animals, wildlife. Hello, sirs.
Hold and stand down. If you want to get into Riften, use the north gate. This one's closed.
Why is this one closed?
My orders are to tell the riffraff to use the north gate. That's it.
Riffraff! Riffraff! Do you know? Oh, don't Dragonborn him. Don't. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. My god, this game is beautiful for being a billion years old. Is this the north gate? Can I use this one? No.
The gate's unlocked. You can head inside when you're ready.
I'll kill you later. Mate, trying to shake me down coming on in. Not the best start, but I really want... Oh. Seeing the mountain from here.
I don't know you. You in Riften looking for trouble?
No, I'm a city inspector. but what's it to you?
Last thing the Blackbriars need is some
Blackbriars.
loudmouth trying to meddle in their affairs.
Who are the Blackbriars?
The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back.
This doesn't sound the safest place. Hello?
Go away, if you know what's good for you.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses.
Okay. People, Bellends. Probably the worst people I've come across, but this is beautiful. She's watching me. Excuse me. What do you want?
Go away, if you know what's good for you.
Working at the Riften fishery is tough, but it puts some coin in my... I'm beginning to think leaving Mornhold was a mistake.
What's wrong with this place? This place... Do you guys not know what you have here? Have you seen Windhelm? Have you seen Markarth? Have you seen Dawnstar? You guys don't know what you have. It's like people that are born with strong facial hair genes. You don't know what it's like not to have it. I think that I have come to a conclusion. I think that, on the whole, everyone in Skyrim is just a knobhead. It's like innocent until proven guilty, except it's be a shite bag to everybody before you get to know them. Riften was undeniably beautiful. Heck, it could even be the best looking city for me. The two-storied city with a river running through it, a beautiful lake and the tungsten aura of autumn colours. But the people were horrifically depressing. Everybody was complaining, either about the town's leadership, Thieves Guild, and everything in between. And speaking of the Thieves Guild, I found their hideout. There was a sprawling maze of rat tunnels underneath the city itself, and a large chamber full of the most mischievous looking people you have ever seen.
If you're looking for conversation, the flagon isn't the place.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Mate, people here are proper wankers. I don't know how you can have such a beautiful city of Riften and everybody. Thalma! Oh, okay. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I really liked Riften the second I walked in. I'm starting to think it's maybe not so hot. Oh my days. I really thought this had the opportunity to be really special, but everybody in Riften is a twat. This is beautiful. Oh my days. I've seen enough of Riften that I feel I can make an informed opinion. The final city of my ship. Oh my god. Let's talk about this. No doubt in my mind that Riften is a 5. I think the actual best looking city was Whiterun, with Dragon's Reach and how incredible it was, with some nice scenery. The most epic scenery was Markarth, but the most beautiful scenery I think is Riften. In terms of the vibes, this is really nice on the overworld, but the underworld is a bit that way. I got lost and angry, and everybody's a bit negative. Honestly, I think the vibes are like 2.5. I don't think it's particularly great around here. The locals, again, a fat 0. Christ, I've never seen anybody so miserable here. Everybody hates me. I was called Riff Raff before I was even in there. Is it safe? It's full of a Thieves Guild. It's got a great perimeter, but it feels like riddled with crime. And if I'm looking at what I'm kind of comparing it to, I'm probably gonna say 1.5. And Riften, it sounds like a fantasy name, and actually, it makes perfect sense because there just feels like there is like a rift within the city, within the community. It's a beautiful place, but everybody seems to hate it. So it kind of makes sense, the name. I'm gonna give it a 3. Oh my god. Right, so after a very objective and thorough examination of the cities of Skyrim, well, let's start from the bottom. There is no doubt in my mind that Morthal comes on in at number 9. A miserable shithole of a place. So the next would be Falkreath. The whole dragon attack thing didn't really help that. Yeah, so Dawnstar then coming in at 7 with a total of 10 points. The most confusingly named place, and a bit so depressing. These bottom 3 are miserable. And then we had, so 6th place was Riften, which honestly surprises me so much. It is the locals that let Riften down completely. If you took the people out of Riften completely, I think it would be the best city. So in 5th is Markarth. Beautiful scenery, but somebody did get assassinated. 4th was, this is where it starts getting all a little bit close, was Winterhold. Windhelm was in 3rd. I think if Susanna hadn't been assassinated there, that would have been higher. And this is surprising. I genuinely thought that, like, my bias would be overcome because I live there and Whiterun would be the best. But Whiterun comes in 2nd, meaning that the official categorized Butch X3 stamp of approval is Solitude being the best city in Skyrim. I think because it has the dock, it has the winking skeever, and it has a sprawling maze of alleyways. And nice people as well. Nobody called me Riff Raff in Solitude. It's official. It's there. Well, there you have it, troops. The best and worst cities in Skyrim. Obviously, this is all for a bit of fun, and I am aware that I've probably only just touched the surface of what each city has to offer. But let me know your thoughts below. What is your favourite city? And if anybody says Morthal, then you need professional help. If you did enjoy the video, please consider leaving it a like, and if you're not subscribed, well, get subscribed. But most importantly, troops, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.